If I had $50 to spend, this would be my top PC gaming controller choices. GameSir Supernova. This one completely redefines what you can get at this price, feeling more like a premium controller than a $50 grab. In my hands, the build quality is surprisingly solid, and the rubberized grips keep it secure during long sessions. The Hall effect sticks are smooth and precise, and I haven't experienced any drift. What really surprised me was the magnetic faceplate, which lets you swap the A, B, X, Y buttons to match the Nintendo Switch layout. A genuinely practical feature I used immediately. However, it's not perfect. The D-pad feels a bit soft for my taste, not ideal for fighting games, and the back buttons are positioned a little awkwardly for my grip. It's the perfect controller for the gamer who loves to customize everything through software and plays across PC, Switch, and mobile, valuing versatility and a premium feel over pure competitive speed. GameSir Cyclone 2. The Cyclone 2 is all about raw performance, and it's a feel that you notice instantly. The face buttons aren't just buttons, they're mechanical switches that feel and sound like a gaming mouse click, incredibly fast and responsive. In my experience playing first-person shooters, the TMR joysticks feel even smoother and more precise than the Hall effect sticks on the Supernova, giving me a slight edge when aiming. While the D-pad is fantastic and tactile, the clicky nature of all the buttons won't be for everyone, and you can forget about quiet late-night gaming. The biggest letdown for me was the battery life, which is noticeably shorter than the competition. This is the one for the competitive player who wants the absolute fastest inputs and most precise sticks for games where every millisecond counts, and is willing to trade battery life and quiet operation for that advantage. If I only had $50, I would buy the GameSir Cyclone 2. The superior feel of its DMR joysticks and the instant feedback from the clicky mechanical buttons are just too good to pass up for competitive gaming. With just $70 to spend, here's what PC gaming controllers I'd pick. Xbox Wireless Gaming Controller. This one absolutely nails the classic feel. There's a reason the Xbox Pad is still the gold standard for PC gaming in 2025. When I first picked it up, I noticed right away how perfectly it sits in my hands. The grip is so comfortable, you almost forget it's there even during marathon gaming sessions. The textured back keeps things secure even when you get sweaty, and the buttons feel constantly snappy and responsive. What really struck me though is its durability. I've dropped this thing way too many times and it still looks and works like new. The battery life beats most rivals by a mile, sometimes lasting days without needing a swap or recharge. On the flip side, it's still using AA batteries unless you go for a rechargeable pack, and I did run into occasional Bluetooth hiccups on Windows. Nothing deal-breaking but worth mentioning. In terms of noise, it's satisfyingly quiet except for the gentle clicks of the triggers. This is a controller anyone can trust for years, especially if comfort and reliability matter most, but it's a bit basic compared to newer options with extra buttons or turbo modes. 8-Bit Do Ultimate 2 Wireless. This one totally surprised me. 8-Bit Do's Ultimate 2 Wireless feels like the enthusiast upgrade. If you want customization and modern touches without paying for a premium brand, this is where things get interesting. Right out of the box, I noticed the heft and build quality. It actually feels more premium than the Xbox in some ways. And the Hall effect TMR joysticks are a big deal if you hate stick drift like I do. Play with the ultra low latency mode, I barely noticed any lag. Even in fighters and racing games, input felt instant, which is wild at this price. The bad buttons are a revelation for shooter fans, and the wireless dock is sleek, but the catch is the software. Setting up profiles is a headache, and the trigger lock feels a bit cheap compared to the rest. Battery life drops faster with the extras on, but you get real versatility. It supports multiple platforms and has more ways to connect. If you value features, flexibility, and don't mind fiddling with software occasionally, this is the perfect for triggers and competitive players alike. If I had $70, I'd personally grab the 8-Bit Do Ultimate 2 Wireless. It just brings more fun and flexibility to the table for PC gaming, even if the setup takes extra effort. If I had $100 to spend, this would be my top PC gaming controller choices. Fly Digivator 4 Pro. This one completely redefines what you can get at this price. Right out of the box, the Vader 4 Pro felt premium in my hands. Not too heavy, with a tight balanced build that makes even marathon sessions a pleasure. I spent weeks gaming on it, and honestly, the tension-adjustable Hall effect sticks changed my mind about aiming accuracy. Micro movements are crisp, making shooters and racing games feel more responsive than any controller I've tried in this bracket. The gyroscope is rock solid, and I found myself using motion controls way more than usual. Battery lasts around 10 to 12 hours, and I never ran into annoying delays or random hiccups. Consistency is this controller's strong suit. The only real complaint to their desktop software is powerful but kind of clunky, and Bluetooth latency isn't great if you're competitive. For anyone who wants buttery analog feel, zero drift, and every bell and whistle, this is the $100 controller I can recommend without hesitation. Perfect for gamers who want full customization, flawless input, but with the caveat that you'll do best with USB or 2.4G wireless. Scope Valor Pro. The Valor Pro looks the part, and the build quality surprised me. It's robust and feels lighter than most, thanks to skipping wireless and cramming everything into a wired shell. Grip is chalky but comfortable, and the Hall effect sticks bring durability and solid resistance for quick, intense gaming sessions. But in actual use, I kept struggling with the stick behavior, especially for fine-tuned FPS aiming. Instead of smooth analog precision, I noticed the stick move in sudden jumps, making snipping or drag scoping feel off compared to other controllers. Kind of a deal breaker for those who demand pixel-perfect control. The battle placement is great for quick swaps, but only to have mouse-click feel. And you're forced to do all the adjustments physically. There's no companion software at all. This controller is great for those who want reliable wired play and robust buttons for action or sports games, but honestly shooter lovers should look elsewhere. If I had $100, I would buy the FlyDigi Fader 4 Pro hands down. It felt more accurate, more consistent, and fit my gaming style way better than the Valor Pro. If I only had $150 to spend, these are the PC gaming controllers I'd buy. FlyDigi Apex 5. This one completely redefines what you can get at $150. I was genuinely surprised by how premium the Apex 5 feels in hand, especially versus the bulky Apex 4. The textured grip is a game changer for sweaty marathon sessions, and the stick friction rings make those Twitch shooters feel extra precise. I noticed almost zero latency running wired, but adjusting the stick tension is a bit of a pain. The screwdriver system is fiddly and it took some trial and error to hit the sweet spot. The new diamond-shaped D-pad is tactile and brilliant for platformers, but starts feeling slippery after a couple of hours. The build quality is outstanding, and the braided cable is a nice touch, though I wish FlyDigi included extra caps or a dock in the box at this price. Overall, the micro switch phase buttons are a joy, and if you're sensitive to lag or want tons of mappable buttons for macros, the Apex 5 is a killer option, especially for competitive PC gaming. Perfect for serious gamers who obsess over precision and customization, but be aware it's not for you if you want plug-and-play simplicity. Razer Wolverine V3 Tournament Edition. If you want fearless speed over bells and whistles, this controller delivers. It's the opposite of just fine. Every button click on the Wolverine V3 TE is super crisp thanks to the Razer's mouse-style switches. Honestly, it's addictive and made my old gamepads feel mushy by comparison. The polling rate is wild, which translates to stabby response, especially for high skates, shooters, or fighters. On the downside, the lack of wireless means you'll always be tethered. Plus, the cable sometimes felt unreliable. And I wasn't a fan of the rumble. It's kind of rough and takes away from immersion. The ergonomics didn't work for my larger hands, especially with the rear button design, but I can see it being comfortable for mid-sized hands. Customization is solid with 6 remappable buttons, and you can get the pro-grade features of the V3 Pro for half the price. If you're competing for speed and you want responsive no-drift Hall effect sticks with tactile comfort, the Wolverine V3 TE will absolutely suit esports fans, provided you prefer wired and don't mind dialing in your personal setup. If I only had $150, I'd go with the FlyDigi Apex 5. The comfort, customization, and low latency edge just make it more versatile for serious PC gaming in my experience. Let's dream big. If I had infinite money to spend on PC gaming controllers, this would be my picks. Razer Wolverine V3 Pro. And this one completely redefines pro-level control for serious PC and Xbox gamers. From the moment I picked it up, the Wolverine V3 Pro felt premium, almost overbuilt with a purposeful heft and ultra-refined ergonomics. Those Hall effect thumbsticks are gloriously drift-proof and feel reassuringly precise, whether I'm flicking in shooters or making minute adjustments in racing sims. Button action is standard with mechanical switches. The difference is subtle, but over hours of gaming, the tactile feedback and speed to response genuinely help. I did notice the dead zones felt a bit generous out of the box, but after tweaking the software, things got tighter. Battery life surprised me. I was easily getting a week and a half before a recharge, and even mid-session, switching to wired never dropped performance. Downsides, the price stinks, and if you want Bluetooth, you'll need to look elsewhere. Still, this is for players who want uncompromising precision, durability, and comfort, and are willing to pay for it. Nacar Revolution X Unlimited. This controller stands out with its blend of customization and comfort that feels tailored for marathon PC and Xbox sessions. Immediately, the soft touch finish and rubberized grips just stick in my hands with zero slips, and the weight, a bit heavier than an Elite Series 2, makes the whole thing feel dead solid. Those Hall effect sticks and silky smooth face buttons genuinely surprised me with their accuracy and rapid feedback. Honestly, the D-pad and facial button feel might be the best I've ever used. It's ruined cheaper pads for me. The built-in LCD display makes remapping and tweaking settings incredibly fast, which I didn't expect a lot until I started making adjustments mid-game. battery life could be better. I found myself reaching for the charging dock more often than I'd like, but that's almost forgivable given the richer accessories and customization options right out of the box. If you want a controller that's all about personal fit and rapid configuration, this one is for you, especially for competitive players who want every advance without compromise. If I had unlimited budget, I'd go with the Razer Wolverine V3 Pro because its build quality and stick precision just gave me more confidence in every game, especially for esports and FPS where every input counts. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best PC gaming controllers for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.